NCRP Productions presents Unhallowed Metropolis, Secrets in the Sands, Episode 9. Welcome back to Unhallowed. This is Barry, your Game Master. I'm going to go around the room, have everyone introduce themselves, and we'll start in. Pedro, let's start with you.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro playing Dr. Desmond Wright. What are we going to get into, guys?
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm playing Frankie the Undertaker.
Hello, I'm Michael. I'm playing Dr. Everett Wolf, who is a doctor who's not quite as tasty to animates as Dr. Wright is.
I'm very tasty.
Well, I'm Ty, and I'm running Ray Callahan, our Pugilist.
I'm Matt, and I'm running Ayden Carter, Antiquarian.
Hi, I'm Jill, and I am playing Raya the Mourner.
All right, so last week we found out a little bit more about Ray's possession.
Did we?
Well,
We discussed it.
we basically found out that Ray believes he's not possessed, and there was a discussion about it.
I was gonna say,
We found out nothing.
every time she says Frankie the Undertaker, I'm just like, we need to have like the sound effects for
Oh, yeah.
Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean, that plays in my head every time
like
I
the
say
all
it.
the lights of her eye.
See, that's what makes sense, because Frankie did have that throwdown with the thrope in the steel cage Hell in a Cell match.
That's
That's
true.
right, that's right.
true.
That
That's
one,
what-
where,
yeah.
Never been defeated in WrestleMania. That's right.
yeah, she jumped off that steel cage of the Hell in a Cell match 20 feet down to the ground.
Actually, it's the
Frankie with
steel
the
cage
chair.
match that just works that way. All right. Additionally, Ayden at his home had a couple of visitors. First, the ENP looking for a man from London, taller, older, with a cane, who was looking for information on animates.
Oh,
and
crap.
then later, a collection of Bedouins that he's known for a while, that he was able to get a few interesting things, including some scrolls and a couple of sky rocks. Additionally, Sarah, having left previously after seeing Ray, is being brought back to the house now by Raya, and Dr. Wolf and Frankie have headed back into town. Wolf had decided that he wanted to put his doctoring to good use, knowing the potential damage that had happened from all the activities from earlier this evening. So where we left off was the two of you had just come out of the street and into the marketplace. The marketplace is a complete and utter disaster. You see somebody approach you who looks to be injured, and that person is, very quickly, Frankie realizes, an animate. Quick wits roll from each of you, please.
Ooh, 19 for Wolf.
Okay.
I'm going to use a reroll.
Oh, so early in the game.
Oh, it's worse. Okay. 11.
So with your wits roll, Frankie, you're very aware of the one in front of you. Dr. Wolf, you are guessing that there might be 3 or 4 of them out there. Your concern is you also see amidst them injured people. There are a couple farther past, just say the first 20 feet, where you can see people fighting animates. You're now starting to get and understand what the screaming was that you guys heard on the way in, and the yelling, the pain, all the different things that you heard on the way up here. There are still fires going around this whole marketplace. There are people running. It is chaos. So we are going to go into initiative rounds.
Okay.
What you guys are going to do, there's no surprise. You're going to roll 2d10, add your prowess, give that to me, and it's going to go in order of that. So
I got a
Frankie,
17.
Wolf's also got a 17.
who has the higher base coordination?
Frankie does.
4.
All right, so Frankie will be first, and you guys will definitely go before the animate. All right, so Frankie, the one that's in front of you appears to have been older gentleman, maybe in his late 50s, early 60s. One of the things that's consistent throughout, if they are Egyptian and they're not part of the ENP, these people all tend to be smaller, 5 to 5'6". The women are not necessarily particularly shorter than the men, so the full gamut of 5 foot to 5'6" runs through all of them. This one was a male before he animated. Definitely you can see a number of cuts across the throat, lacerations across the throat, across the chest, and across the legs. I don't know how much it matters to you on how they died.
Once they become an animate, basically nothing matters. It's
They no longer are a they.
they're not a man or a woman or whatever. They're just something to take down.
Very good. So you came in unprepared because who expected this? You guys are coming up here with Valise in hand, so you're gonna have to start by drawing weapons. You have quick draw.
So that's the question I had. So I have this preferred weapon thing.
Yes.
Can I like transfer that? Because it was the sprinkler, but now the axe is my main thing.
Yeah, I think that's completely
Okay.
reasonable. Change that.
So yes, I have quick draw.
Okay. And does it require a roll, or does it just happen?
I think quick draw actually increases your
Initiative?
specifically. Oh,
I have it here.
Yeah, I believe it does.
if I
Oh wait, no, I do not.
Hold on,
It's said
wait.
not to take.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
I get +3 to initiative when it's already drawn.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So I don't think I have to roll for that. I think I just have
So you
it.
just draw it and don't get the initiative bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's legitimate to me. All right, so draw.
drawn.
Oh my God. And in all these episodes, I think this is our first combat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
I don't
This
get
is
to be
our
a part of
first
it.
fight. I know, I'm so disappointed.
Wow, all right. Well,
Well,
this is how role-playing ruins good combat.
Well, now we're going. Well, don't worry, we're going down to Throat Towns.
Oh no.
You suddenly hear kaiju screams in the back.
Okay, so I'm definitely aiming for the head.
Okay?
And then-
So if I remember correctly, aiming for the head is going to cost you a -3 to hit, but if you are successful, it's going to give you a +5 damage. And in most cases, as far as you've known, at least through your time in London, a strike to the head in killing it will be an actual killing blow.
And then preferred weapon gives me a +1 to attack. So does that mean a -2?
You are -2, that's correct.
Okay. And then, oh gosh, I don't even remember.
So you're going to roll your 2d10.
Yeah.
You're going to add to it that specific skill.
add
So
five.
your
Okay.
axe ability, and then subtract 2 from that roll.
All right. So 17 to hit.
Okay, and what you're hitting against, I'll remind you guys, a standard target is going to be 11 plus the target's coordination, so 11 plus the coordination of the animate you're attacking. With a 17, you are definitely going to hit.
Okay.
That's a 17 after the -2, or a 15 after the -2?
That's a 7. Oh, it's a 15 after the
15
-2.
after the -2. Well, it still hits.
Okay. And then I roll damage.
Yep. So with standard damage, not unarmed, but your standard damage, you are going to roll to hit a specific location. You're going to give me 2 dice. Oh, nope, you already hit in the
yeah.
head.
You're adding a total.
So you're just going to roll damage. So damage is going to be a standard 2d10 roll. It's a little more of a formula. We're going to add your vitality, your weapons damage, your location bonus damage.
It's a total of 20.
20.
All right, and we're going to subtract from that the armor he's wearing, which he's in rags, so 0 armor. So a total of 20, and then we look at our chart. At a 20, you are 1 short of a fatal wound. It is an incapacitating wound. So would you like to describe to me what you do with the axe?
I mean, it's in the name. It's a headsman's axe. So I'm just going to kind of sweep across and do my best to hack off the head.
Gotcha. So going for a neck, what actually happened since it was not a fatal wound?
Mm-hmm. So because it's not a fatal wound, I picture I get about halfway through, and then this is my first actual kind of combat with this weapon.
This was the axe that you were training in Berlin
Yeah.
with, right?
So this is my first actual, in combat experience. I undershot how much I had to, put the heave into it. So it's kind of stuck in his neck a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, so you're going to have to pull that back out.
Yeah.
Dr. Wolf, this is the only animate directly confronting you,
Yeah.
but wouldn't take more than about 10 steps to get you in a position to where you would be confronting another animate. In addition to that, if you want to scan, again, your quick scan, there's injured people everywhere.
Yeah. So it's a matter of like, well, first of all, before I see the people there, I need to make sure that we're gonna we can make through this to the people, or we need to back a retreat. So
That's going to be your choice. So I'll again describe as you come into the marketplace. The marketplace itself doesn't have solid buildings. The structures here, there are buildings at the edge of the marketplace, and there are shops in some of those. But the actual marketplace itself is just stalls, which is wood posts with canvas separating
That
them.
are on fire,
Most
I
of that is burned down or is still smoldering or on fire. Again, there are maybe 1 or 2 stalls that are mostly still intact. Each of the stalls had goods. Standard stall was enclosed on the back and the top. And so if they had stock, it was pushed against the back. stuff is on fire everywhere. So your way in, there's nothing behind you currently. There are going to be, as the combat goes, people running past you. Right. But what you're looking at is the carnage in front of you, all in front of you.
Yeah. So, where are the closest injured people? Just out of curiosity.
15 feet straight ahead. You're going to have to walk past the animate that Frankie is attacking.
Yeah, no.
And you do see other animates nearby.
Yeah.
Yes, Pedro? I see your finger up.
Frankie would have killed that creature.
Because?
So, to go back, Frankie has deadly skill. So Frankie can use the weapon skill in place of vitality. Vitality is 4, weapon skill is 5, which would be 21.
Dun!
So,
and how would you like to describe this now?
All right, so I get stuck in there, and I'm like kind of wiggling on it, and then I'll sweep his feet and draw it through all the way.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, the head rolls off.
Yeah, thank you
All
for
right.
your sound
You're
effects.
Okay, so there is not an animate right by you.
Okay, so there's that, and I'm seeing that, and Frankie's there, and I see the injured people, and I know what I must do. And I see Frankie just kill one of these things. I sort of give Frankie like a nod. I'm going to the closest people that
All
are
right.
injured.
As you get down, for both of you, because it should have hit you before, as you get down, both of you guys, give me a stress roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Luckily, we've taken our medicine today. So.
I wonder how Frankie and Wolf are doing.
We have to.
They're fine. They're only helping
it's
injured.
It's our willpower. So will plus concentration.
And he's okay at that.
Plus 5 from the medicine. We're trying to beat the 12.
okay.
You can do something.
I forgot everything you just said, so run through it again.
Get higher than a 12.
Plus will,
Plus will.
plus something else.
Plus
Wit?
concentration. Plus 5. So.
I'm missing concentration.
Concentration's right.
And the plus 5 is because
medicine.
he's taking the suppressant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Yeah, I got
Good.
16. So.
This
Very
is-
good. So both of you guys, this is the kind of carnage you've been used to.
Yeah.
With everything else that's been going on, you're basically fine.
First time I felt like I was home.
Finally.
Feels good.
Frankie
Doc,
leans
you know,
in.
You know, Doctor, I'm feeling real happy you made me come alive.
So, Dr. Wolf, go ahead and give me... Now, it has been a while since I've looked at the medicine rolls. Do you have something like... Oh, boy, the brain's not working. The thing where you look at them and decide... Triage. Do you have triage, or do you have some kind of fast assessment or anything like that?
There
or...
isn't really, like, those ones don't have stunts, I
All
don't
right.
think.
All right, so just give me a
It's
medicine
just
roll.
raw.
That one's just going to be under medicine.
All right. Seems like something we might have to invent.
Yeah. Triage. makes
Triage makes a lot of sense to me.
So, oh, sorry. It's 5. That's 13. Do I want to go with 13? Yeah, I'll go with 13 for right.
So 13, this person here, you're able to stabilize. It's more than anything else, it is currently staunching blood. You quickly zip out your needle and thread, start pulling together a wound in hopes to close it. This stitching, it's going to take you a second round to do this.
Yeah.
Frankie, I'm assuming once you cut through, I'm guessing, but I don't want to speak for you, you are heading into the fray.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are
100%.
you taking any concern to stay near Wolf?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of make a ring around him that expands outwards.
Okay, very good. I like it. So, there are a number of animates that take actions. There are people that take actions. A couple of people run past your position. There is no way to be 100% certain, but as certain as you can be on quick examination, and generally you don't see animates run like this.
Yeah.
People just running past you. We'll go again with initiative.
Cool. And I have familiarity animate,
Yes?
which I'm assuming probably makes me better at telling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I didn't realize what the initiative rolls were every turn. Okay, it's been a while since I've done the combat here.
We're good.
But Wolf's got, 24.
I got a 20.
Okay. And you know what? Honestly, I don't remember for sure if it is initiative. Round order, yeah, roll initiative, so it's every roll. Okay, so Dr. Wolf, you're gonna finish up, closing this one up. So here is the problem. You know that you are in an open, I'm gonna call it war zone. Your character hasn't necessarily, to my knowledge, been in something like this.
No.
So situationally, what is your character thinking as far as, I've sealed this person up, but there are things that may attack. What is your thought process?
The thought process is to try and move him to as best as I can a more secure location, or at least where there's like more like active bodies who might be able to help him get to a better.
It's a her,
better
the
spot.
first one that you're working on.
Her,
But
okay.
so
Get her to a better spot.
you know that the outer, I'm going to call it the outer ring of the entire marketplace area are buildings. Those buildings are all around you. There's doors. Most of them are businesses. You wouldn't necessarily expect to see them open, but there's that. What do you do?
Well, the problem is there might be other animates in some of those buildings. And where's the nearest group of people who look a little more physically like able, like who are not, don't seem to be?
Give me a wits roll.
14.
Okay, so off to your left, you guys came in basically at a corner of the marketplace. Off to your left, you can see a number of the ENP there using billy clubs or some kind of truncheon, knocking these things back. They seem to be holding back as a number of people kind of run around them, past them. There are a few people trying to help. In most cases, the ENP are in substantially better condition than the average person, besides the fact that they are wearing some kind of canvas armor. At least it looks to you to be that. You know it would have some effect against teeth. They additionally, the ones you've seen tend to be larger people, maybe 5'7", 5'8", so not monstrous, but larger people than the rest. And the ones that you've had occasion to run into since you've been here all seem to be in well stead for food.
Gotcha. So, well, I know that at least the guards there are not necessarily like, going to be taking care of the injured people. If they can at least be like the line between the injured people and the animates, that's probably the best place to try to at least move.
So you're gonna try and get this person up and moving over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Frankie, 2 options: move with the doctor to get the woman that he's with over behind that line, or step into the fray farther. They are directly fighting animates at the line as well.
I'm going to ask you. Say, do you want me to go further in or stay on you?
I'm going to be slowed down with this one. If you can stay on me.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go with them.
So the two of you, will you help being aware around you, but will you help carry this person?
No, I'm just
All right.
fully focused.
So as you move over there, you do move over dead bodies. If you're moving quickly, there's no way you're going to examine them, but it is gore. They don't look great. The majority of these appear to have had, as you're looking at them, you guys are thinking something exploded here. That's your current guess. Something blew out in some fashion. Plus with the fires, that would kind of fit.
Yeah.
So you guys get back behind the line. I'm not going to have you re-roll initiative for a little while. Let's stick with Wolf. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm like getting the woman at least leaned up against like one of the walls there,
Okay.
and like aside from the stitching, at least like some bandage
Okay.
on there to like keep her there, and I'm like basically like trying to keep her to like wait here. I obviously don't speak Egyptian,
Right.
But it's actually at this point I pull out because, well, I wasn't wearing it this whole time. I'm at least going to, just so they don't accidentally like try to shoot me or something. I actually bought one of the sashes that read to note me as a doctor, and I put
Very
it on.
good. So you put that on. As you pull it out, Frankie, you're going to notice this too. 2 of the ENP who get clear for a moment from the animates that they've been on notice you. Once you put the sash on and lay the person down, one of them says something and steps away, says something to the other one and steps away to you, and is very fast speaking and gesticulating around. It looks like into the fray, and then is pointing to himself. Obviously, he's telling you what he's going to do or what you're going to do or what somebody's doing. You have no clue. You can give me an intellect roll.
Yeah. I will give an intellect. I don't know. I only got 10.
So going with a 10, you have no idea what he's saying. Frankie, if you'd like to give me an intellect roll.
Yeah. See what happens.
It's a different point of view.
14.
So with a 14, you feel like they're asking the doctor to come with them. You have no idea necessarily why.
I think we should go with them.
I say lead the way in English, but I'm basically gesturing with my hand
I'm going to
like
make the
following
okay
you.
sign.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. Give me a charm roll, Frankie.
Okay. All right. 15.
Very good. So the one nods, he hollers something out. 2 of the other ENP peel off the line. There are 3 of them with the 2 of you. He's saying something, pointing at you, and more specifically, Wolf, at your sash, and the group runs. Do you guys run with them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are running down as you came into the square. You could go right, you could go left, or directly into the carnage. Eat left and right, follow the buildings. You're continuing running down the left path. As you're continuing on, you know that you guys are heading towards the river. That's at least your memory of what Ayden was talking about as you guys came into the marketplace. It's way easier to see, sadly, because so many of the stalls have been burned down or run down or driven down. Whatever's happened, they're not up, and you can definitely see the walls there. There is movement on the walls, and there is some light coming in, searchlight style, from the walls. They're good, strong lights, good strong strontium lights that are shining in. Your guess, from what you guys know about London, you're guessing it's maybe 300 to 500 feet that light is hitting down and scanning across. They continue running with you, at which point one of them steps back and manhandles you, Wolf, and basically pushes you, and he looks directly at Frankie, says something, points, and you can hear the other 2, the truncheons, thwap, and you're in fight again.
Okay.
So ahead of you, you are now moving into a group of animates.
Okay. So my main goal is to stay on Wolf.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be, if they start leading him to the right, I'm gonna ditch the animate and follow Wolf.
Okay.
So as it stands, I'm just going for the first one.
All right. Go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
Okay, aiming for the head again.
So we're going with that same basic motion.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. Now that I kind of have a little more under my belt, so then, since I have it drawn and we went to initiative again, do I get +3?
You'll be +3. So you actually at this point are still going to be behind Wolf, but
Okay. So, okay, I'm re-rolling. I have one more re-roll. Okay.
the group pot, I'll remind you guys, has 4.
Okay, so I got a 16.
And a 16 will hit, right? It's a 16 after the -2?
Yeah.
All right, so 16 will hit.
Okay, and then I'm adding 11 then with the vitality and
So it's +5. So wait for damage rise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 5 + 5 for your axe, and then +1. Wait, where's the edge? Yeah.
Oh, because I get one. Well, I got 1 to attack.
Yeah. No, it's so the head moves axes +5.
+5 for the location.
Yeah. +5. So 15 total.
Plus 15.
Plus 15 to the total roll.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So 29.
So 29 again. Are we just lopping heads?
Yeah, same thing. It's kind of like cutting grass.
So Prowess, we've been forgetting that.
Oh, yeah.
You don't only take 1 action.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You guys get multiple.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just
Step
rinse
up
it-
for another one.
Yeah,
do you
rinse
have
and
do you have
repeat.
2 actions?
I do have 2
Wolf,
actions.
1 or 2.
I have 2 actions.
All right, very good.
Oh, only 2. That's cute.
Okay.
Oh, just wait. Hold on, one moment. I'm sorry, the rope serum's.
So plus 5, so that's 9. So this is a 12.
A 12 for total?
Yeah, with the minus.
That will not hit.
Okay.
Okay, so it means that you're going to carve a piece off of it. It's going to be ineffectual in what it does.
I'm still perfecting. I overcompensated last time. Now I've undercompensated again.
Cut short, maybe shaved off
Yeah.
a slab of the
Wasn't
front
yeah.
quite used
chest.
to the backswing.
Exactly. I got an ear off or something.
But that with
a
that
little off
first
the top.
roll, the closest ENP looks at you and says something that sounds very positive, and then goes back. You've got a big axe. They basically have billy clubs,
Yeah.
sticks, large, heavy sticks.
Wait, the EMP?
ENP, yes.
I thought they had. Well, at least those ones had like sabers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Those ones had sabers.
Those ones. Had
These ones
sabers.
don't.
Yep.
So
Oh.
So
The new guys.
you guys will battle for a bit. The one that was with you, Wolf, that held you off, puts his hand back, steps up, cracks at one, fights, kind of catches the mouth with his stick, starts to turn the head and push the top of the head back, runs it back, and then steps down, puts his knee under the back of it, knocking it down, and you'll see it's a nice smooth motion. As it goes down, he moves his knee up to the middle of the back and pushes the stick through the head, comfortably chopping the head off, through the middle of the mouth.
Nice.
Metal.
He knows what's up.
The others do similar
I'm
things.
kind of glad I'm with these guys. And
The others do similar things to that. Each of them seems to have been trained in how to stop these things. This will go on for a little while, and then everybody in game, you are all going to hear the sirens kick up. So, Ayden, you are back at the house. Actually, I need to step one step back. So, I'll leave you guys for a moment. The Bedouins leave just as Raya and Sarah are coming up the stairs. Sarah says something, and the front man, these men in cloth, because you didn't see them when you left, these men in cloth, the front one will say something to her and bow, and she says something back, and then you two come in.
Okay.
Wright is in the living room. Ray is also in the living room, I believe.
I'm in the doorway of the kitchen.
Of the kitchen,
and
okay.
the living room.
So Sarah comes in, and Raya, are you in front of her or behind her?
I'm behind her. I let
All
her
right.
go in the door
So
first.
Sarah comes in, and she looks at you, Ayden, and she sees him, and she says, "It's not safe with him here.
Oh, what do you
I
know?
heard that.
What do you know?
He's something has come over him. Something, I can see it. I can feel it.
We believe he is possessed.
Yes.
We're going to take him to the Bedouins. They have a wise woman that might be able to help him.
She nods her head. I think this is good. You should tie him up. You should get him.
Hold on a second.
Oh, what's happening? You seem
So
agitated, Ray.
I
Stay calm. We don't want no spirits coming out now.
I look over at Ray, and I
I'm
look back
perfectly
at
calm,
her,
and you aren't tying me up.
and I look back at her, and
Oh
I'm
my.
saying, I don't think tying him up
Oh, you're
would
speaking
stop him
English,
for
or
long.
Egyptian.
She says, you must restrain him. If the spirit comes out, she says, you know the stories. You know the scrolls. Depending on the possession, anything could happen.
I look back over at him.
She says,
And I
your
say,
father would have told you the stories.
Well, once again, I don't think tying him up's gonna do much except make him mad.
And I'm already mad.
She's you know that she's ignoring you, Ray. And she has not moved farther into the room. She says, what about the room you made? The panic room. Could you put him in that?
Yeah, we could put him in there, but he might just, if something were to come over him, he could just break out of there. I will look at my books. Maybe
You're a bunch of quacks.
there's some sort of circle or something I can make to hold him in place.
She says to you, you sent the fighting woman to me with the note. What do you need of me? What can I do?
I don't need
Nephew.
anything at the moment. I was just concerned about you.
I am well. I will be staying at a friend's
Okay.
until he's dealt with.
Well,
And she looks at you, Ray, and she says, "I'm very sorry. You were a good man."
Raya, I don't know what's happening, but it does not sound good.
we have
I shake my head. No.
Raya here will keep an eye on him, and you will be safe here unless you're really concerned.
She says, "I don't think so. I respect my decision, nephew."
All right, it's just it is not safe out there, and
No. I shall be across the street.
Well, I'll be worried about you with everything going on.
You may watch me cross the street.
If she's ready to go home, I can take her home.
All right.
Okay, so you take her home. You take her back. You knock. It's a couple moments. She goes inside. You come inside. So the four of you in the living room, you hear the siren. So Ray, you should know this. Ayden absolutely knows this.
Yeah.
The siren is stay in your home, safeguard yourself against animates. This is the only thing that siren ever goes on.
Oh,
for.
hell yeah.
So,
Ray,
And
why
you
do
two
look
have
so
no
happy?
idea.
Is it like an air raid
Like,
siren?
wow, that's
Or
loud.
like,
Yes.
okay.
It's a whoop.
My ears kind of hurt.
Whoop.
Do I forget? London doesn't have anything necessarily
London
like
doesn't
that.
have anything necessarily like
Because
that.
it'd be going off all day.
so we need to get over to the other place right now.
What's happening?
Apparently, there are zombies nearby.
Shaddam is what you know.
Yeah,
that.
Shaddam. Sorry.
And that's Ray, which we actually know. You might know him as Animates or Shaddam.
If you said Shaddam, I'd be like, what is
Animates.
that? Ah, animates.
Frankie and
Oh.
Wolf are out there.
Oh no, Frankie.
Well, let's go. And I start heading for the door.
Whoa, now wait a minute there, Ray.
What?
We don't need you adding to the fray out there.
What do you mean adding to the fire? We're gonna go get Frankie and Wolf, right?
You know, do you know what the thrope is?
If you take care of him, I can go find Frankie and Wolf.
You're just gonna spill the secret.
No. That's not where I'm going. I'm going somewhere else. I knew you'd think that. Do you know what the thrope is?
What do I need to roll to know what a thrope is?
So, just so you know,
Boy, that's a good question.
while they're talking about this, I'm pulling down shutters and stuff.
Gotcha.
And,
All right.
putting everything into a big-ass safe and stuff like that.
Closing up the house. All
Yeah.
right. And Ray is at least talking at the front door. He hasn't run out the front door.
I'm at the front door.
I'm going to say give me an intellect roll. I don't actually... Yeah, I don't actually...
That might be like Fey legends from Ireland.
For tropes?
Well, for werewolves, I don't know that there would
Yeah,
be.
they're definitely different for this game.
Yeah.
They are
They're
they are the
similar enough, but they're
equivalent,
very different.
Ireland
That's
has
a 9.
the dreaded
No, you don't know
leprechauns,
what a thrope is.
which are just ghouls that wear
no, I
green.
have no idea what you just said.
Well, the point of the matter is that thropes are these things that when they get agitated or upset, they transform into something destructive. They've been used for
There goes our
good.
beans.
They've been used for bad. But the point I'm getting at is, how do we know you go out there, go start punching animates or whatever, get a little agitated, and this spirit doesn't take over?
I have no idea how those two things are connected.
The point of the matter is we don't know whether if you go out there and start fighting, if this spirit will take over. And then we have to deal with the spirit you.
Listen, I've been fighting all my life, and honestly, if a night I've had, I really need to punch something. So,
It would seem we should wait here for them to meet up with us in case we need to go. But if you must go, try to come back as quickly as possible. We'll be over in the apartments next door.
all right, I'm gonna head up to where the fires
All
were
right,
at.
so give me a wits roll.
Streetwise.
No,
Okay.
the issue is you want to. I'm going to see if you heard where they're going.
Barry, I'm gonna go with Ray.
Okay.
So that is
I won't let
a
anything
15.
happen to it.
Yeah, you have a general idea that
Raya,
Wolf was pushing to go
it'd
up
be
there to
better
help
if
people.
you watched over Dr. Wolf and I. You know, sometimes we need protection. Frankie not here. We need somebody
Dr.
here
Wolf's
to
not
help.
there either.
Dr. Wolf's not here? Dr. Wolf's not here either. Never mind. Don't go after Dr. Wolf. I forgot. When you looked at me, I was like, oh yeah, Dr. Wolf's here. No, Dr. Wolf's away. It'd be good if, you know, with Ray gone, you know, Ayden could use a bodyguard, and, you know, I'm here as well, and you want to leave me to my own devices?
Point taken. But we can't very well have a spirit loose.
I will work on that while we wait.
Okay.
So tell me, I know Ray is going. Are we letting Ray go alone?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be a hint.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Dr.
Dr. Wright would want Raya to stay because he needs somebody there to protect him.
I respect Ray. He knows what he can handle. If he thinks he can handle it, he can
So
go.
what do the three of you do then? Ayden, Raya, and Wright.
So I'm gonna close up everything here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go over to the apartments next door that I had set up for them,
Okay.
and then in Roy's room, I am going.
Roy's room is in your house.
Or
Ray's room.
Ray was sorry. That was my bad.
Don't worry, Angus is fine.
Ray did have a room over here staying though because he was doing guarding.
Ray has a room.
It's
Yeah,
Ray.
we've been going circles on this. Ayden,
At this
Ray,
point,
and
it
Sarah
really
have
doesn't
rooms in Ayden's residence.
Oh, okay.
You paid for the next door neighbors to move out to give rooms for everyone else.
Okay.
And they don't actually have all of them rooms. Billings
funny thing is my
and
fighting
Mei
name
Ling
is a man
have their own
possessed.
rooms.
All right.
Oh no! Oh no! Do you know what my fighting name is? It's the Beast.
So Billings and Mei Ling have their own room, and then Cal and Marood have their own, and the rest are separated basically by standing little curtains.
All right. So I'm gonna basically we're gonna go next door. I'm gonna find a cot, put it in the middle of the floor, and then I'm gonna take the book I brought, which is like sort of like about supposedly ways to contain spirits, like warding circles type of thing.
Okay.
I figured I'd have that, or if you wanted me to make a roll.
No, I'm good with you having it.
And I figure it's probably something like Coptic, the Egyptian.
Greek.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's Catholicism though.
Yep.
But since it's a spirit, and I know he's a Catholic, so I figured that would probably work best on him.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna start doing that.
Trying to figure out. Okay.
Yeah, figure out
Very
a circle I could put around.
And
it.
I'm assuming that when you get over to the house, you're gonna lock out the exterior of the house same way.
Yep.
All right.
Are you taking us with you, or
Yes.
yeah?
Yes.
So then, you're going into your library.
No,
No.
I come downstairs. You would have heard a bunch of sounds and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get to you again. The three of you go next door. Billings and Mei Ling are there, and Marud and Cal, you assume, are there. You guys go in quickly. Ayden shutters up the room, the windows here, and then you pull out the cot down there.
Right.
So do the two of you stay downstairs? He looks like once he lights a few oil lamps, looks like he's going to start reading. What do the two of you do? I'm going to air quote, your rooms, the places where you lay down, where your trunk is, where your backpack is, are in here.
I mean, I'll
this building.
ask, Ayden, is there anything you want me to research, or is this
Well, if he's possessed by a spirit, I know Ray is a Catholic, so I'm hoping something from Catholic mythology will be able to prevent whatever's in him from taking over, perhaps, or slow it down.
I have a question. I just kind of assumed you were Catholic. Are you Protestant or Catholic, or did you decide?
Catholic works for me. I think he was definitely raised Catholic.
Okay.
I don't know how much he practices now,
Sure.
but
good enough?
Hard to
but
attend mass in this.
If you want to fill these bottles with
no
water,
churches.
and then read this over them and make them
You're
holy
gonna have
water.
the doctor.
Oh,
The doctor is making
holy water! Oh, this is so
It's
wonderful.
gonna come out
I'll
fucked
tell you
up.
this. My mother would have been so proud of me for doing this. Yes, I'll go fill this. I'll make the holy water. Me mumsy would have been proud.
Tell you that I'm gonna go up to the roof to keep watch.
All right, you.
Why is it turning
We
black?
should have someone. That,
It's exactly what's in
it comes out all black.
Every
Like,
like
vial, it's this
bubbles.
weird ooze that when I pour it out, it forms a skull on the table.
I might save this for later.
It kind of smells like sulfur.
Yeah.
All right, so you
should-
guys are setting up. Ray, what are you doing when you leave? Again, you have a general idea of where they went.
well, I have a general idea of where the chaos is happening. I still see the.
Well, again, it's that glow has gone down, and at this distance, you don't hear chaos. Now, I will remind you guys that you did hear gunfire out your door to the right. They went straight out the door, but out your door to the right down the street, you did hear some gunfire earlier, maybe 15, 20 shots. But then nothing since.
That's fine.
All right, well, I knew where. I have an idea of where they're going. I'm going to head that direction.
Okay, are you walking, running, or some other transportation?
Skipping, leaping,
I don't think I'm dead sprint, but I am at a
Congoing.
run.
You're going to run? All right.
Bear running on all fours.
yeah,
If I got to acrobatics this, I'll acrobatics this.
somersaulting.
Parkour it over there.
Free running. Oh, did you take free running?
There's not free running, but there is acrobatics, and I have acrobatics.
It's basically the same thing.
Right, sure. All right, so
I get up on a rooftop first.
So back to Frankie and Wolf. Actually, real quick. So Ayden, when you gave Dr. Wright that paper, what do you envision was on that paper?
Basically, the words to the right to bless holy water.
Gotcha.
And
All right.
some instructions.
And written in.
Probably English, I
Okay.
would imagine.
Okay.
So it's just something that you've used in the past, thinking that it was okay. Good.
Right.
I'll tell you, the doctor has attended church semi-regularly.
Do you have theology?
And your
Keeping it-
skin didn't
No,
sizzle
but
off?
I mean, like, you know,
I was asking theology.
Like
thanatology?
No, thanatology is why it's going black. All right.
Oh, I'm reading it backwards, duh.
Oh my
Bring the curse.
Which way does the cross go? Is it
Wait.
this way? Or?
Take the cross, I'll flip it over.
Right.
Oh, that's it.
Well, I thought it said unholy. Oh, un has been scratched out. Okay.
Holy water.
All right, so back to Frankie and Wolf. So You guys move very slowly forward. You're not inundated by animates. This is not a mass run of them, but there are quite a few. Finally, as you guys move forward, battle a few, sprint, battle a few more, sprint, battle a few more, you come to one of the structures, one of the stalls that is still reasonably standing, which means 4 posts, the roof canvas is intact, and there's a stack of trunks around. And the one that has been talking to you, Wolf, the one that stopped you, says something to you and runs forward as the others basically make kind of an arc around where he's at, pulls the trunks back, and inside there are 3 of the ENP that look like they are in bad shape.
Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna make my
Frankie,
assessment.
do you go in with him, or do you stand out as they make the...
What I want to do is look and make sure that the back of this stall is...
It's canvas.
So that's what I'm working on the floor. It's the seal of the Archangels.
Okay. I want to stay outside of this canvas tent, but every 30 seconds I'm looking over my shoulder.
Gotcha. All right, to see what's going on.
Yeah, but I'll be at kind of in the middle of the arc or at the, just so I can go back and forth fighting too.
Gotcha. All right, so Doctor.
Okay.
There are 3 of them in there.
Okay.
They are in differing condition. If you would like to give me a medicine roll.
Yes, and
'Cause I think
mainly
that's what-
I also want to see if any of them have definitely been bit by animates. That's the main thing I really want to know.
Real good thing I didn't come along.
Oh yeah, these men are dead.
These are the men that are looking for me? Oh, they're dead.
16.
Didn't you just
So
say
with a
euthanasia
16,
or whatever?
one of them has been bit for sure. You can see the marks. One on the forearm, one on the upper shoulder, one on the neck.
Yeah,
And he seems to be in the worst shape of the 3 of them.
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, but would this mean I would know for sure? At this point, there's no saving this man. He's going to
I
turn.
think there's a small chance.
There is a very
Yeah, 'cause
small
you can
chance.
roll for it.
He has to make a vitality roll, and it's pretty high.
Yeah. So
Hedge in your bets.
yeah, I basically look at this man. I look at them, and I point to the bites and stuff. And
Who are you looking at?
are there any
All
other
of them
guards?
are facing out.
Oh, they're all facing out, so they're not. Yeah. I look at this man, and I'm going to go to the one who was leading me.
You're going to come back to him, huh?
Leaving
Yeah, I'm
the-
gonna.
Okay.
Well, I'm not leaving the tent.
Okay. No, I know.
Yeah. I go to the one who told me. I point to that one,
Mhm.
and I show the bites. I make the
From
gesture.
distance, you're kind of pointing, or do you try and draw him back?
Well, I don't try to draw him back. I at least how far do they go? Just out of curiosity, because I'm not entirely sure.
Like a few yards?
You're talking about distance from you?
Yeah.
Maybe 6 feet out.
Okay.
I mean, it's very close.
Okay. I'm trying to let him know that one of them bites. Shake my head. There's nothing I can do.
Do you have acting?
I don't have acting.
All right, go ahead and give me a charm roll.
Okay. Well, I don't think credentials would help me in this situation.
No, not with this group.
I have a 3 in it.
Let's see. That's 13.
With a 13, okay.
You gotta
So
act like
as
you know
you're
what you're
explaining things, he's looking.
Yeah, I'm
he's
gesturing to the specific
Right.
one.
So he keeps looking at you, Frankie.
No.
Okay, so he keeps looking at you, looking at them, and you can see he gets frustrated. He says something, points, and then turns around.
So I'm gonna turn back and check on the
Yep,
doctor.
you check on him. The doctor is standing there looking at the 3 injured guy.
Yeah. I look at this and yeah. So on the other side of that, the other 2 are not bitten, as far as I
The other 2 do not appear to have obvious bite wounds.
Okay.
It is still possible you haven't jumbled them around, but your concern is this: the one who's been bitten, you don't know how long he's been here.
Yeah.
Turning is probable, and the word imminent is a legitimate word to use.
So what you should do is shoot him,
Yeah.
and then turn around when the guy looks at you, say, "Who could have shot him?"
Yeah,
It
there's
was
not
the
much
doctor
I
with
can...
the cane. He came in here quickly.
Let's see here. Unfortunately, even if I did kill him, it's not going to. He's probably going to animate. So it's
He's dead. You would just need some like a headsman or somebody to just
Yeah.
hack
Some
that
kind
up.
of big axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go,
Handled by a really
Frankie?
attractive man. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming over.
I go. That one's in the worst condition, and he looks like he's the one who might turn. I'm going to do my best for him, but if he turns...
Okay. You want me to wait? Alright.
See, I would just put the middleman out. Oh, Frankie, this one did not.
I'm going to do my honest best to help him.
So you're going to start with that one?
I'm going to look over the other two to make sure there's no other obvious bites because there's...
So give me a medicine roll.
Frankie's gonna stand there.
15.
So with 15, the first one has a pretty serious laceration to the leg. You do not think femoral artery has been cut, but it's bleeding pretty profusely. The other one looks like shards of wood have just peppered his chest. He is having troubles breathing. You're thinking potentially collapsed lung. At least there is blood or some kind of fluid in the lungs. You can hear in the rasping speech. They are all in bad shape.
So I pull out my valise. And I pull out 3 vials of Stitch.
Okay. And tell me what Stitch does.
Stitch immediately stabilizes people.
Okay.
And it gives me a +2 to any medicine rolls I make while I'm trying to treat them and everything like that. It's like a super booster to heal.
And you stick yourself with it or them with it?
Them.
All right.
Is it like a coagulant? Is that what Stitch is? Am I thinking of something else?
No, Stitch is a super magical potion Michael has.
Yeah.
I have it too.
And
yeah, but did you make it yourself? I think so.
I did. I made all of my drugs myself.
To read, Stitch is a miraculous healing drug and powerful coagulant that drastically decreases the body's natural recovery time. A character that receives a dose of Stitch is immediately stabilized. He has blood loss, but Stitch can only stabilize a given character once per day. If an injured character receives a dose of Stitch, any character treating his wounds gets a +2 to his skill rolls.
Hey.
Very good.
Nice.
And you're going to stick all 3 of them?
Yep.
After wasting it on them.
He's almost dead.
He's almost practically.
If I can pull off a miracle and save this man
All
without
right,
him
so
turning...
who are you starting with?
You better hope we don't need that later.
Don't worry,
I'm not
still
wasting mine.
Don't worry, I still have like 2 more Stitch
Yeah,
anyway.
but you can't tell what anything in your bag is. It's all just vials of white
It's not,
liquid.
nope.
So we're going to start... Unfortunately, we're going to start with the one that's... Luckily with that, I've stabilized all of them, so that means I can at least triage a little better.
Okay.
Starting with unfortunately, the one that looks the worst, which is the one with all the bites. He's the worst looking one.
Well, the question was, he's the closest to turning. The one with the wood in his chest probably looks worse.
Okay, then that's the one I go with.
All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to try and figure out how much of this wood you can extricate here with the few tools that you have. Try and hold them in place. Potentially figure out how to work the lung. Go ahead and make a medicine roll. Add your +2.
Okay. So that is 17.
Okay. So with a 17, give me a die 10 roll.
2.
Okay. So it is going to take you 2 turns to pull the components out and start at least identifying what you got to do to get him going.
Yeah.
Which is to cut a hole, start the lung draining, at least pull what's out of there, and then you can try and seal it up and get the air pumping in it again. Frankie, you are strictly standing over him. You're not watching what's going on. I mean, not that you're blind to it, but you're not focusing outside as they're battling.
I'm going to do like 20% the battle and then 80% making sure.
I guess the question would be, do you step away once there is a small surge of animates?
Is this man safe to leave you with now?
I look at him and I go, he's either going to die or he's going to turn at any moment.
That does not answer the question.
I sort of look at the man and I go, the less people have to come into this tent injured, the more I'm going to be able to help them. If you can prevent more injuries, go out there.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go.
So you'll go out and actually fight and
Yes.
periodically look back in.
Yes.
Okay. So in this group fighting, you'll see 2 of them are again do their thing. The other one seems to slip the truncheon or the stick, basically the baton, out of its mouth as it comes forward to bite him. You have your action.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. What I'd like to do is insert my axe between them and hook his head back.
Okay.
That's what my goal
So
is.
not cutting it off, or yes, cutting it off.
I mean, if that happens, it happens. But my goal
Okay.
is just to move him away.
Move him away. Very
Yeah.
good. Go ahead. Give me
Okay.
a roll.
So I'm wondering if I should do. Well, I'll just go for it. Okay. So I am aiming, and so that's 19 with the minuses.
With the minuses. So describe to me what happens. You can do whatever you'd like.
So yeah, So let me. I guess I'll roll damage and then narrate.
Sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
Oops.
And for all of you guys, I'd love to have you narrate as you're generally doing stuff. I enjoy that when we get that in there.
So 24.
So a 24.
29.
29.
Oh,
Well,
29.
that can decapitate him.
Carnotomy. Yeah. I'd like to just kind of. It's very cool. It's like the Matrix. I thrust my axe's blade in with the blade facing upwards, and then I turn it and sweep the animate's head off.
Gotcha. Very nice. The one that you have basically saved, the EMP that you saved, looks up at you pretty frightened, but nods his head and gives you kind of the thumbs up look and gets himself back up and immediately strikes out at the animate.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. So, Dr. Wolf, do you have the do not be surprised thing?
What do you mean by do not be surprised?
If something is going to surprise you, do you have one of the skills that keeps you from being surprised?
I don't know if I do.
What would that be? Like.
I didn't think so. You would know it if you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of us have
It's
that.
more a special ability under certain stuff.
So,
I want
Frankie,
it.
you're going to give me a wits roll. This is a perception roll. You're giving me a wits roll. You are at -4.
All right. I'd like to use a chip.
Okay. So go ahead and move one out of the pool.
Okay. -4. 8.
Going with an 8. Very good. All right. Dr. Wolf, you are just starting to get the blood to finish seeping out of the lung. The lung seems to be working slightly better. You're blowing into it, filling it, and then realizing that if you could stitch it up, it would be in good shape. What are your corruptions? What corruptions?
Obsession and consume.
What is your
one?
what do each of them do?
Let me see if I can.
Basically, my question is: if you're focused on doing this work, would you have awareness outside of it? Do you need to make a roll?
Most likely not.
I
but
feel like consumed is what Grayling has, and that means that you would have to make a roll to be aware of something else.
Yeah, let me try to pull them up. It's been a little while since
Absolutely.
since we've gotten there.
So Ray, you are just short of running, right? Fast jog down there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to take you as long as it took them to get down there. As you get closer, your people are running past you. In fact, within a minute or two from Ayden's house, there are people either running past you or you see people running into homes. You can definitely see shutters being brought down. Cairo does have, for all the homes, does have the ability to kind of do the lockout, the thing that Ayden did. I mean, it's not extreme, but the animates don't normally tend to go bashing through walls. So it's something that feels like a block is a block. You'll continue up. You're coming towards, again, that glow is barely there, but the smoke smell is definitely there. The fires are still going. You're going to end up coming, you're going to have a choice, but you're going to end up coming either into the marketplace or going around. You know that they should have been going to the marketplace.
Well, I'm heading that way too,
All right.
and I'm
So
drawing my spiked knuckles as I'm running.
All right, so you got them on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And those go on both fists?
Yes.
Pipe in whenever you're ready, Michael.
So obsession it's just my minor obsession. Consumed. At the level 1 stage, character must pass a will roll a DR 11 to leave his work behind for
Gotcha.
any business that is not immediately important.
Yep, nope, you're good. Give me a DR 11 roll, please.
Okay. So, 12.
Okay, so that is successful. Go ahead and give me your initiative roll.
Okay. 16.
With a 16, you will have the ability to act first. He has animated. The third one has animated. You don't see it initially. You don't see it at the first change. You do see it as it rears up and moves at you.
So I have a bone saw.
Okay?
So basically, it's my...
And Frankie, no, you didn't see it.
I have some unarmed combat. Basically, I'm going to try to, for lack of a better term, choke slam him and try to just saw his head off.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, okay.
Okay,
So we're gonna do an unarmed combat. My question to you would be this: would you yell out? Do you think? Do you envision you yelling out in any way, or you just take care of business?
for right now, I'm going to try to take care of business. I'm trying to stay focused on this
And
thing
that-
as it's coming at me. And if I start to feel it's like, help!
Go ahead and put one in the pool. That's exactly what I would expect you to do. So go ahead and give me an unarmed combat roll.
That is unfortunately only 11.
So with an 11, you will get a hold of him, but you will not be able to control him at this point. Do you have another action?
I do have one more
So
action.
you have 2 actions. What are you doing on your second action?
Going to try and really,
So try and grab a second grab on him.
well, I do have iron grip, so it's like,
With your freaky fingers.
yeah, even with my freaky fingers, that's not necessarily it. But basically, it's like, okay, I can't get him under control. I need to get him down so I can just start hacking away. So
Okay.
it's,
I wish you guys could see the motion he just made.
this is gonna be
Yeah,
plenty.
he's gonna turn around and just be like,
This is why I carry a gun.
Oh no.
Just put them out of their misery. Okay, let's.
seen it yet.
You want
Like
another?
a-
You want another iron grip or unarmed
Unarmed combat? Yes, I do.
Okay.
They never mentioned my gun's name in the Hippocratic Oath.
That one's 14.
So with a 14, you can just get him under control. The
Yeah,
ne-
just basically I'm putting
Yeah.
him back down on the table.
Your next round, you'll actually be able to attack.
Yeah.
So Frankie, give me a wits roll at -4.
Minus. Jeez. I don't know nothing. Okay. So I got 17.
A 17.
Yeah.
So you turn around and you can see Wolf is fighting with something. He's got a saw in one hand. He's got his saw in the right hand. You are right-handed.
Yeah.
Saw in his right hand. In his left hand, he's got all the fingers kind of wrapped around the neck, and this thing is thrashing back against him. It's an animate. You are confident. It does not look like he's trying to get control of
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
a resistant patient.
I'll come help you.
So tell me what you're doing. He has one
Yeah.
hand on the back of the neck, so just slamming you could, but just slamming the axe through his neck is probably not going to work.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not going to use my axe. What I'd like to do is separate them first. That's
Okay.
my first goal.
So tell me what you're doing.
So I'm going to run over, and I'd like to come up behind the animate and hook my arm underneath his chin.
Dropping the axe?
Yeah.
Dropping the axe. Okay, so you drop the axe, step in, you're going to grab under it. Do you have any kind of armor on your arms?
So, yeah. I have the leather stuff.
Reinforced leather +2 to all.
And did we
locations.
get that here? Was that the stuff? No, that's
I
what you got in
haven't picked
Berlin.
that up yet. Yeah.
Okay, that's the stuff you got in Berlin. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it. What I was gonna ask is if you had no armor at all, your character wouldn't do that because he would know that you could potentially get bit.
Yeah.
With this stuff, you're gonna trust that the bite wouldn't go through. So
Yeah.
go ahead and
Luckily,
give me
you
an
won't have to
unarmed
worry about
combat roll.
infections.
Go ahead and give me an unarmed combat roll.
Cool.
Michael, again, give me a roll
Yeah.
for
I have
your
flaps and braces. What does that
corruption.
You have what?
Oh, okay.
do? Braces. Does that do something with grappling?
That is 22.
Not the
All right.
braces,
So you are going to become aware quickly that Frankie has stepped in.
Yeah, hold on. We're figuring out what I rolled exactly.
All right, so Ray, as you're coming in, unlike the two of them, you can hear what people are saying. I mean, screams are still screams, but there's people yelling. It's alive. Everything is alive inside, or it's dead. And you hear shadem, shadem, shadem everywhere, which you know is the animates, these walking dead, these zombies. And that's people running past you. You see a few people climbing up the building. You have never heard of animates doing that, so you're at least reasonably certain that's not it.
Yeah.
Inside, though, you do not presently see Frankie or Wolf. You would be reasonably certain they would have come in here. This is really the only way into the marketplace unless they went completely around and had not come this way. This is the easiest ingress.
So I got 19.
19.
And I also have clapped the braces, which means that I can effectively, if I succeed in the same action, I can also pin them on the ground.
Okay, So tell me what you do.
So I'm
Because you're going to rip it out of Wolf's hands as far as I'm concerned.
I am assuming Wolf is smart enough to let go.
He
once
will
I've
as
got
soon
him.
as he realizes that was the roll was for.
Yeah, otherwise I would have kept holding
Yep,
on because
exactly.
Iron Grip is just bad.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come behind him and get him around the neck, under the chin,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to throw the animate on the ground onto his stomach, and then pull his elbows up behind his back.
Okay, so you're going to grab him around the neck,
Like,
lift him
flip him.
up, and then slam him back
Yes.
down, face first, chest first.
Precisely.
And then you're going to remove your arm from around the neck and instead hook it around.
I figure on the downswing, I would have let go,
Okay, right.
and then get his
And then
arms.
hook the elbows.
Yeah.
All right. So you have the elbows hooked with your right arm. What are you doing with your left arm?
I'm gonna put my hand out and say, "Give me my axe."
And I will give the professional his
All right.
axe.
Give me your wits roll. You have no idea where Frankie dropped it.
That's true.
I have 6
You don't
feet of
just
wiggle
hold
room.
your hand out and summon
It's,
it.
sorry. That's 20 exactly.
Yep. Oh yeah. You can see it.
Yep.
So you run over, grab it, hand it to Frankie, and Frankie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hold it like upside down, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of scoop the head off is my goal.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
He is grappled, I believe, and we can check it later, but I'm going to give you a +3 for that. So your actual net is -0.
-0. Okay.
Yep.
Well, then
what?
I guess you mean, that's a +1 then, to you.
Yeah,
because
so
of
I get
the,
a +1 to attack, so that means +6 then, right?
So
For the
your
attack.
total attack is +6.
Okay. Okay, 18.
Yeah, that will definitely do it. So tell me what happens.
And then +5. Well, +13 damage. You're gonna roll it.
Yeah. Okay, and then so 28 damage.
So
yeah.
that will definitely be fatal.
Yeah. I mean, scoop is the only word I can think of.
Gotcha.
I just scoop his head off.
Scoop the head off. Very good. All right.
All right.
Doctor,
Yep.
you pass the weapon back to Frankie. Do you stay and watch? You have a man that you just stopped operating
Yeah,
on,
no,
right?
I'm
You know.
not. If Frankie's got it handled, I'm going back
Trust
to him.
Frankie.
Yep.
Frankie, what are you doing with the head has popped off somewhere? What are you doing with the head and body? Or are you just dropping them and
Yeah,
going back?
I'll toss the head, and then I'll.
Well, the head's already been tossed.
True. Yeah, I'm just going back to the front now.
All right. So step up front. Okay. So Ray, you've made it in there. You've seen this movement. Again, people screaming. You know that there are animates living in here, and you're hearing the siren. And all of you guys are hearing the siren going off, and you know what that is.
So, the doctor's all doctorly. He's going to want to help as many people as he can.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's general chaos all around me because this is just the market district.
Yep. But you don't see as many people down in front of you. There are dead, not necessarily you know that they cannot or have not animated. There are dead around you, but you do not see anybody in your near close area, say in a 100-foot radius around you. You don't see anybody that's down, injured, that looks like they're savable.
Do I see some people up and running, and which direction?
Yes, most people are running out of the marketplace.
Okay.
We're now past, and I apologize, we're now past the point where people are running. People are helping people limping, or firemen carrying, or crawling themselves. Nobody left is really running out of there.
So, this is a horrible situation. Where's the EMP? Do I see them?
So as you take a scan, go ahead and give me a wits roll in the dim light. Now you do see the light from the wall as well.
That is a 16.
Wow. Okay. So maybe 500 feet towards the wall, you're seeing it backlit. You can see a small group of people. They are fighting the way you've seen the ENP fight before. So you see that. Also, directly ahead of you, there are very few, remember I described for them, there are very few stalls that are in decent shape. There's a small area where there's a couple of stalls in good shape. There seems to be a group of people moving there. You can't be certain that they're not animates, but they are not moving away from it. So you have a reasonable belief that they are not animates.
Well, then I am going to head towards that group of people that appear to be fighting animates.
Okay, and not just moving around.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Walking, running, jogging. Actually running.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a coordination roll.
That is another 16.
Okay, so with the 16, you basically are making it jumping over bodies. Wolf, give me another roll, medicine roll.
I'm using my personal to re-roll. That's way better. Sorry, adding up. 18.
18. You have him stabilized, not just stable.
Oh, sorry, it's 20 because of the stitch.
Even better. So you have him stabilized. You now begin working on the other one, trying to staunch the wound in the leg.
Yeah, luckily with the stitch going, he's not bleeding out anymore.
Frankie,
so.
give me your 2 rolls for your actions. The movement of animates, Frankie, you are aware is starting to pick up.
Okay. So I got a 14.
14 is after the minuses. 14 is your minimum roll. So if you,
Okay, so no, I do not make that one.
all right, so you would have a 12 after the minuses. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so there's more animates coming.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna leave till. So I'll turn my head and I'll say, how much longer?
Is this one?
You're guessing a minute at least. You've got to get something in there to staunch it.
Yeah.
It's heating up out here.
Yeah. Give me a minute.
Okay, so I missed my first one.
Okay.
And then I'll go back in again.
All right. Take another attempt with them.
Yeah. No, don't hit.
All right. So and what's happening now is you guys are struggling a little bit more. You have a little bit of control because the creatures are not just literally walking through the it's canvas. They probably could, but they're not walking through the stall. They're coming around, but it's starting to thicken up. So Ray, you are starting to see more and more movement around this group that's fighting. You give me a wits roll. Frankie, give me a wits roll. The siren, the whoop, slows down to just a single one every approximately 15 seconds.
Okay, I got a 17.
Well, I'm rocking that 16.
Good. And then go ahead and give me an intellect roll.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. You actually did pretty good.
Well, kind of. 11, 12 minus the 2. So 10.
Oh,
Minus
all
2.
right.
Dim.
All right. Well, that makes sense to me. So you make it to where the group is fighting. You definitely see Frankie as you're getting closer. Give me an attack roll. Where you strike, it's one of the animates is between you and where you need to get to. What are you doing?
Is it back to me, of course, or?
Yeah, because it's chasing towards them.
Well, I'm easily just gonna leap off one foot and basically just jack it in the back of the head of my.
So attempting to make a head shot.
Yes.
So you are -3 to hit, plus any pluses that you would have, but start with -3 to hit.
So that is gonna be a 19
Total?
to hit. Yeah.
All right, so that is definitely a hit.
Nice.
So when you're rolling damage, you're going to add 5 for the headshot.
Okay, and I'm gonna need to have someone's help for a second because
Yes.
I grabbed these knuckle dusters and I don't actually know what their stats are. So
I got
someone
'em.
could.
You get a +1 damage. And
Okay.
then
So you're +6 to your damage roll.
+2 to DR for headshot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, damage rolls. And then you subtract your vitality from your damage roll for something.
Subtract.
Wait, you subtract it?
I don't know. My notes are not
Oh boy.
spectacular.
That, I would think it would be still add. So the standard combat damage, which it could make sense.
No, that's the sap.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just plus
+2
2 to
damage
DR.
roll.
Damage roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sap's different. My bad.
That's actually, it's not damage roll. That's the ability to hit. So you are
Oh.
+2 to hit with those. So your 19 becomes a 21,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
excellent. So no +2 actual damage.
So you get +1 to damage.
+1 to damage. So
Or
your
not
roll
+6.
is going to be +6.
Okay, and what do I roll?
You're going to roll 2d10. You're going to add to that.
Your vitality, right?
Yep, you're going to add to that your vitality.
Vitality, and then
6.
6 and 7 because I have an additional thing. Okay. So that's
Hell yeah.
19. That's 27.
So
Holy shit.
describe to me what happens because that is a fatal headshot. What do you do?
So I see this animate walking towards the group of people that are fighting. And, I mean, this is my moment. So I immediately see it, dead sprint, leap off of one foot, Spike's knuckles just straight through. The animate's body just goes straight to the ground. And as there's a wonderful splat.
Gotcha. All
Do
right.
I see this?
Yeah, you're going to see this.
Bitchin'. Okay.
So you strike and strike with your fist. The head goes all the way to the ground with the fist at the back of it the whole way down. Nice. Okay. Very good.
Frankie likes Ray now.
So this is the reason why you don't end up seeing it, but you will hear two of the ENP yell a word and then turn away. You're going to hear them yell run, both of them yell run, and you're not going to see why, but you will. There is, all of a sudden, there is a wall of flame coming to you that is maybe 100 yards away, but it is a solid wall of flame, and we will end right there.
Hold on. That
So not only did I do that, I have fire behind me.
That was so cool, Ty. That was
All right.
great.
So 2 XP for everyone,
Thank you.
Excellent.
and we'll pick it up next week.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.